I'm sure if you've been driving around, you're going to see these gorgeous cascades of blue flowers coming off the fronts of people's houses. This is wisteria, and most of them on houses have been flowering and they're going now. Now, because ours are in pots, they're a little bit behind, but they're just starting to come out and flower now. If you see, we've got a big selection. So, moderately easy to grow, but really quick growing is wisteria, and there's a few tricks to it, and if you follow them you'll be all right with it. So they like well-drained soil, they like full sun, and what they like is in drought you've got to water them, and this is where I messed up because I didn't water mine last year enough and I actually killed mine. It was a new one, I'd planted it and there was about 5 days of drought and I should have watered it a little bit more. So you've got to make sure you water them. Now all you've got to do is cut these bad boys back, and you do it twice a year. Once in July, August, July, and you take it off about 30 centimeters. Okay, so you take about 5 buds back just onto the frame, and then you do it again in February and you take it right back to the just two centimeters, 2 buds coming out of it. So you chop it back each year, and that allows it to flower and come through. If it's a young plant, you might just want to plant it and let it take to the full frame before you start trimming it. Now the key with these is you're buying them right. You've got to buy one that's flowering unless you want to wait some time. If you get a propagated one or one grown from seed, it can take up to 20 years for it to flower. So that's quite a long time to wait. So you want them that have been grafted and are grown for you. So when you're picking them, see if you can tell that they're going to flower or already in flower, otherwise you're going to be waiting a long time. Couple of main types, you get Floribundae and you get Sinensis, and they actually climb, fun fact, climb 2 different ways, so it's just something to look for. One will go one way and one will go the other, but we've got absolutely tons of varieties here, and this is just a small selection of them. So we've got them right from small little ones right up to huge massive ones. Okay, all you've got to do, pick the size you like, let it grow to the size of the frame, and then you start trimming it how you want. They are hungry things, so when they're flowering you want to be feeding them, and it's like a high potash feed that you want to get, and do it once a month, and that's going to encourage the growth. So when we're in the pot, they can actually be a little bit behind like these, so they're best off in the ground. Also, we've got something a little bit special. We've grown it as a standard, so it's actually as a mini tree. It takes a long time to do that, and hopefully in the video next to me you'll see them coming on, and they're pretty special things. We've got about 4 or 5 of them. A couple of them aren't flowering, so don't get them, get the ones that we've got are flowering. They're looking absolutely incredible. So wisteria, these gorgeous blue flowers. This one here actually is a white one. That's very different. One of my absolute favorite plants, again there's a lot of my favorites, but you've got to remember to water them when it's drought time, and you've got to remember to feed them, and it's just that trimming back twice. Once you've got it, they're great.